Don, you're ready? Okay, Coach.
Opening statement. Fred, how you doing? You have a good trip? We go to a different phase in our training now. We had even count the Iowa State duel. You go Iowa State duel, and then you got UNI, and then we got a break, and then we got Midlands, and then we got the national duels, and we got Oklahoma State. Those are all peaks on our schedule. They're important to us, regardless if we're on the road or if we're at home, but definitely being at home against Oklahoma State. And now it's on to Purdue and Michigan. Michigan first, I believe, Friday night, and then Purdue. And that's important as well, but now we go into more development and a training phase again. And, I think 2 years ago when Oklahoma State came to town, looking back on it, I think we made a mistake not getting ready for them. And I think we did a better job of getting ready for them, but we left a lot of points on the mat. And when you leave a lot of points on the mat, you're going to leave a lot of team points from your column to theirs. And that's what happened. I mean, you're looking at some matches and some situations that you're swinging a huge swing. I mean, the Dennis match, 5 seconds of wrestling. You wrestle 415 seconds, and you're winning by 1 stall call. I'll tell you what, there's 5 seconds to go. You better wrestle that 420. You better go all the way to that 420. And he didn't. He was very predictable coming across, laying those hands. Guy that's dangerous and slick like that, slick and dangerous dust. And tried to spell that. And that's what happened there. You look at the bonus point against Aaron Jansen. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Aaron Jansen. He knew he was going early, and when we have 2 or 3 guys ready to go there at that weight class, he's better because he wants to be the guy, and so he gets ready to wrestle. We gave him an out this time, a little bit of relaxation, a lack of sense of urgency. From my point of view, we told him he was going early. He knew it. Sense of urgency goes down. There's no entitlement. By golly, by gosh, you better be out there fighting. And that's a match where we gave up a bonus point. So, I'm looking at a 6-point swing plus a bonus point. I'm looking at 7 points we left out there. That's not how you're going to win the national tournament. It's not how you're going to win the national tournament. Phil Keddy, wrestling, getting a takedown that first period, 25 or 26 seconds to go. I'll tell you what, you got to keep the guy down there. That's a tough, hard task, first period, but that's a mind breaker. That's a mind breaker. Now it's our choice. We're going down. Now it's 3-0 instead of 3-1. Or maybe he goes down. It's 2-1 after his escape, and thus we're keeping him down. But instead, what is it? Add it up. It's 2-2 if he goes down. And I'll tell you what, we got to iron that out. We got to get tough when it's time to get tough.
Tom, you mentioned sense of urgency. Does Montel Marion have that sense of urgency then?
I think he wrestled very well against actually a wrestler that's been competitive and has shown that he can wrestle with the best in the country. I think that the thing that Oklahoma State has done with some of their younger guys from a year ago, they've gotten them to where they wrestle more, from my assessment, mistake-free. A guy like Arisman at 57, a guy like Jamal Parks at 41. And so these guys have become more solid. Their scores are low and they're controlled. 4-2, 3-2, but they're wins. And that's the difference from a year ago. That guy lost 10, 12, 15 matches a year ago. This year he's doing well. He's put himself in position to be nationally ranked high. Montel Marion goes out there, and I'll tell you what, he shut him down. Not only did he shut him down, but he was also firing. And then when he hit that shot, that was a big-time shot how he hit it. And that's Montel Marion firing on all cylinders. That's the Montel Marion, and maybe we got to take a page from Oklahoma State. My assessment with them is making Montel Marion wrestle more mistake-free, but still hitting those big-time shots like he did. I give him a lot of credit. When he's gotten himself in trouble, you look at the national duels against Minnesota, you look at the Illinois match in the Midlands for 5th and 6th, he's been out of position and kind of in la-la land going out there. When he wrestles solid and focused and free and not trying to take out the whole world, he's doggone tough. I love him.
When did you decide to wrestle him? At what point?
Early. We knew he was going. In our head, we don't tell our guys right away necessarily,
But I mean, did he know when he shook hands before the match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not across the board either. That's not across the board. At heavyweight, we didn't know until '97.
Tom, can you talk about Bortle's progress? He just looks like he's really on top of his game right now.
Yeah, I did an article with Jay Bortle. Someone was asking me to describe him in one word: smooth. And when he's smooth, he's dynamite. And he's been smooth. And last year he was a little bit rough. Sometimes he gets a little bit too sloppy for me, but not lately, and a lot less frequent this year. He's a lot more solid, more frequently this year. And a tribute to him. And there's reasons for that.
McDonough certainly got you off to a good start today.
McDonough, I'll tell you what, he gets first takedown in matches. Whew, love it. Because, you know, he's coming back from behind, he's giving guys cradles and 3 near fall and first takedowns and coming back. And I'll tell you what, I like a major decision handling it the whole way, except for the doggone guys fighting on the headlock, even though it wasn't control. But I'll tell you what, he gives you a tick or something to worry about. I'll tell you, right now, I feel like we come out of a scrap, and I'm not going to admit it, but it's a little bit draining because of where we come from and what we put together from, you know, Oklahoma State's a good team. Don't let John Smith fool you. You know, he said in the paper today that, you know, if we beat them, we're done tomorrow. They're still ranked by 50 or favored by 50 points in the national tournament. Don't let him fool you. That was a good team that we beat out there. And that was his best team. That was his best team. And unless I'm mistaken, I'm not speaking for their program. But what I'm saying is, I'm not going to admit it, but I feel a little bit drained because it was big for us. It was a big statement for our program. I feel that way. I feel like our guys, as a team, as a whole, rose to the occasion. I give them credit. I give them credit for a weekend ago, and we got to get better going into this next phase. And that's where we're at.
What does it say about your program that you've had to do this without some of you guys in your lineup?
You ask me that question, Finn, every doggone time we get face-to-face. I'm not going to answer it any different way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We got Nate Moore in the hospital, going crazy probably on the radio because they're going to delay it tomorrow on television. And we go to the next guy. We had Ballwig ready to go. And it's a tribute to our young men that are in the program that are geared the right way. What we talk about daily in that program is that your mantra is, your marching orders are that you are going to be the champion at your weight class, regardless of where you're at in the pecking order in that wrestling room. So I'm not going to answer it any other way. I believe in our guys, and they better get ready to go, or we'll find somebody that will be. And Jansen, you're on notice. You're on public notice. I'll tell you right now. Because this is Division I athletics, this is Division I wrestling, this is the big time. And there is no, I'm glad to be in the lineup. And I'm hard on him right now. But doggone, I know the kind of ability he has. And I know what it means to him, too. I know what it means to him for him to go out and wrestle like he did. That doesn't feel good, looking back on it.
Tom, talk about your heavyweight, going in knowing that the match was on his shoulders.
Well, we want to win that match, and that might be the difference between, you know, a lot of programs and our program. I mean, we're trying to win the 97-pound match, and that guy's dangerous, and we're trying to win the heavyweight match. You know, I'm not trying to not get pinned. We know the guy, you know, has a wrist in a tilt there, so, you know, we're trying to win the match. Technically, he's going to have to learn to get heavy with his hips and get those legs back. He's going to be pretty good, and you saw it at the end. So, you know, you saw some progress there. And then he gets a tippy-toe ankle on the edge and put himself, you know. And so I give him credit, but go out and win the match, you know. Go out and win the match. Don't keep it tight. I don't think he kept it tight. I think he was trying to win the match. I don't think he was out there, you know, not trying to get caught or pinned. There was a dangerous situation that Oklahoma trademark where you sit either the butt and they'll come high to the head, and you saw that early. And boy, we don't want to sit on our butt anyway, but not especially now. I mean, Joe Slayton 2 years ago against Coleman Scott.
How do you feel about your team's aggressiveness?
I don't know. I mean, Dan Dennis is going forward the whole day. Ryan Morningstar's going forward, but he gets blown off his feet. You got to score points. Aggressiveness to me is, did we do enough to where you feel good that you didn't leave team points out there and match points, and we didn't. So how do I feel about our aggressiveness? It's not enough just to go forward. You got to battle, and you got to put points in the scoreboard at the same time. You know, aggressiveness can be snapping and moving and counter, down blocking, sprawling, running around behind guys. That's aggressiveness. But we didn't really do enough in some matches. There's about 3 or 4 of them there where we needed to be doing a better job with.
Tom, not to your